is not going to be a very long review. It's going to be a kind of an overview of what happened in this week's Impact. I don't even know if I'm going to do any animations. I am not feeling very well. The weather has badly messed up my throat. Or is it the allergies of all the dust in my apartment? I can't tell which one. Well, getting to this show. What did I like about this show? Well, there was a lot of good things I did like. The match between, excuse me, Eddie Edwards and Matt Sandel was a very good match. I can say one thing about Sandel, formerly known as Evan Bourne. He's entertaining. Seeing him talk about wanting the X Division title makes it feel important. No, not many people really care about him, particularly he used to be a WWE guy, but I believe that he's worth a look at. I believe that he can give us something new for the X Division if they continue to push it. Now, when it comes to Sanjay, Dutt, and Loki, I'm glad they're still talking about what happened to Sanjay and his eye really getting messed up pretty good. He's probably going to be out for at least 4 or 5 months. Unless he didn't break anything. I think he did break his orbital socket. He probably did. Kind of like what happened with Austin Aries and Shinsuke Nakamura. Ooh, this sucks. But anyway, I'm glad to see the video segment being repeated again. I'm sure Sanjay's not going to do anything right now because he's probably having to be checked over. Maybe he may even need surgery. You never know. Hopefully he is alright. But as long as they are showing something, there's still a good hope that he's okay. He will eventually come back within the next couple of months. I am interested to see how the X Division is going to play out with Sanjay Dutt, with Loki, as well as Matt Sandel. I am. I do not understand what's going on with KM. Why are they making him look like Biff from Back to the Future? Doing trash? Messing with a guy because of trash? That's really petty. The guy should be a badass. The guy should be mean, nasty, tough. He's willing to push people around. But in this case, he's like comical relief. I don't get it. I really don't. You guys tell me below if you like that new persona he has, because as far as I can see, it's a very stupid one. He should be a tough guy. He should be willing to shove anybody out of his way. And then say, what do you want? You want something? Having a real New York attitude, not like this. You look at Loki, he is a true New Yorker. He will kick your ass. As I've always said, there are 4 types of New Yorkers. You got the Manhattan New Yorkers, you got the Bronx New Yorkers, you got the Brooklyn New Yorkers, and you got the Queens New Yorkers. Each one of them has a certain trait. But if you get them in a certain point, they will kick your ass. Even though the people from Manhattan tend to try and talk their way out of it before they kick ass, they will eventually kick your ass. Brooklyn's first to do it. Bronx will talk at you, then kick your ass. Queens will just somewhere in between. And Manhattan, they will kick your ass last after trying to get out of it. Then they will give you an attitude. Then they will kick your ass. That's how they are. Veterans of War, when it comes to Mayweather and, excuse me, Wilcox. I see that Crimson is the one who's talking for this team. It's obvious. Not because Wilcox is a silent type. I just don't believe he's a very good talker. At least, not yet. It could be still wrong. But I am interested in seeing how far they're going to go with this. Rockstar Spud. I'm surprised at going in anger with Rockstar Spud and Swoggle. Now, I know a lot of people don't like Swoggle because he used to be Hornswoggle. But I will say this. If you're going to do it something like that, where you had to show not about how strong Swoggle was, but how vicious he could become, is a good way to do it. And then you see how they're trying to build up Rockstar Spud. To build him up with the proper type of music, proper type of attire, and proper types of props, which are the pills. I feel that was the wisest thing there, saying that he messed me up so bad. He messed my neck up. I'm in the hospital. He messed me up. I got to take 4 painkillers, which that means he's never coming back. I got to take 4 painkillers and do rehab to be able to even deal with this. I don't understand why he did it. It wasn't like I wanted to pull his pants down and show his dick. He didn't say that, but that's how it is. And now just for the basic matches, when it came to Eddie Edwards and Matt Sydal, it was a very good match. Was it a match of the night? For some people I'm sure it was, but it wasn't for me. When it came to Sienna dealing with Christiana Van Erie, that was a botchy match. I don't know what happened with Christiana. She looked very botchy. She just did. I think it's due to the fact that she lost her title. I think that's the reason why she was botchy. I think she wasn't too happy about it. Matt Morgan versus Magnus. Excuse me. I want to say this. I love Matt Morgan. I do believe that he was a talent they'd never pushed properly or didn't even give him a chance. And then when he was on his way out, he got pissed off and he started doing bad work. I do believe that. I do believe that it wasn't the fact that he's a bad talent. Is that when it was nearing his time to leave, he got pissed and he just didn't care anymore because it wouldn't do anything with him. But here, when you see this match, you can tell that Matt Morgan has been out of the ring for a while. It's not that he didn't want to do a good job in the ring. He's kept himself in very good shape. You can see that he kept himself good, but he was not ring shape. And it is obvious when he was in that 8-man tag, because it was so short, you didn't see it. But here you can see that Matt Morgan's a bit out of shape. And he needs to get back into shape if he's going to continue wrestling or go back to his pharmaceutical company. Or was it a pharmaceutical company or a vitamin company, whatever. But if he's going back to his company, he's not going to get back into ring shape. Because you could see that he got tanked pretty quickly. He was still able to do his work in the ring, but he looked tanked. He has not been in the ring for a bit, so it's obvious he's got ring rust. He just looks tired. And Magnus won, no problem. So Sienna wins the Global Force Wrestling title. Matt Morgan did not win the Global Wrestling title. I wonder what happened with the tag title for Global Force Wrestling. Will they eventually show it? That's going to be a question. Congo Kong destroying another jobber. Now, I was wondering, where was Laurel Van Ness? I want to see something with Laurel. I want to see something with her because I want to see how far they're going with this broken Laurel, like Broken Hardy. And she showed up with Congo Kong as his manager now. It's obvious she's become the manager of Congo Kong, which is fine. I'm alright with that. I'm actually glad to see her do something. The makeup makes sense. She's a nut now, so she's in control of an even crazier person. But when it came to seeing Sutter and Allie, I love me Allie. I do. But now Allie's become a manager again. Instead of Allie being a wrestler, she's a manager for Rax and Sutter. And I don't like that. I really believe that she could have gotten leeway. It would have been it would have been better for Allie to leave the company for about 2 or 3 months, come back and say that I've been fully trained, and now I can do the business in the ring, and she's more confident. And you showed during that time how her confidence became great, and she turned heel. That would have made more sense than this. I'm sorry. I just don't feel it. And then the final match I'm going to talk about, Eli Drake versus Alberto and El Patron AEP. Look, you guys know how I feel about Eli Drake. Damn it. Excuse me. I feel that Eli is untapped potential. I hate the fact that he's not been pushed. I hate the fact that he's been so entertaining, but when it came down to it, they're not willing to give him what he needs. And I felt in disrespect, this would have been something for him. I'm not saying that Alberto deserves to get the shaft. I'm not. Really, I'm not. But I really wanted to see Eli win here. He didn't need to have Tyrus by his side. I really believe that it's time for Tyrus and Eli Drake to break up and send Tyrus to work with Abyss. I keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. Put Abyss with Tyrus. You'll have the national disasters all over again, and people will be interested in seeing them. But as it stands now, Eli is still working with Tyrus, and I feel he's weighting him down. Not because Tyrus is a bad talent, even though I do believe he needs a character change. It's just a simple fact that he doesn't need him. And then he loses here. I just feel like it's not necessary for him to lose. But I understand, just like what's going on with Alberto Patron and Magnus having the Global Force Wrestling title being defended next week, we're going to get, Alyssa versus Angelina Love next week, which is good. We're going to be seeing something of Lashley because we saw him here. I'm alright with that. This has been a decent show. Does it still feel very time constrained? Yes. But it was a good show, and I'm very glad to have seen it. But I want to hear your point of view, and I hope you enjoyed the Zane's view. Please give me a comment below. I hate this crazy weather. It's been raining in New York for days. It's already raining in New York right now as we're speaking, which is making me sick. I went out in the rain, got caught in the rain, now I got sick again. Ugh. Have a good day. Have a good night.